everyone, welcome to Editorials, a broadcast from Canada. My name is Sandra Asante. So there has been a deadly hospital attack and the Tigray forces is denying the role in this attack. And also we're looking at Sudan recalls ambassador to Ethiopia amid free ties. So don't go anywhere, I'll be back after the break and tell you about these stories. You're welcome back from the break. Thank you so much for always staying with me. So we will start off with the hospital attack, and the Tigray forces have denied responsibility for an attack on a health center in the Ethiopian region of Afar that killed at least 12 people. The Afar Regional Administration blames Tigrayan forces for the incident as fighting in Ethiopia's 9-month conflict escalate in the region's bordering Tigray. But a doctor in Ethiopia's Afar region told the BBC that the 12 people died from wounds sustained in a heavy artillery attack on the Galikoma Health Center, that is in Tigray. So almost 30 more men, women, and children needed emergency treatment. A spokesman for the Afar Regional Administration said many more civilians died at the scene, but he couldn't provide an official death toll. He blamed Tigrayan forces, but a Tigray People's Liberation Front spokesman said on Twitter that reports of the attack were alarming. He denied responsibility and said the group would cooperate with the investigation. The health center was used to shelter displaced people and to store food aid as well. But last week, United Nations Aid Chief Martin Griffiths visited Ethiopia and said the number of Afar residents displaced by recent fighting was 54,000. So away from the attack in the Afar region, let's go to Sudan. And Sudan has recalled its ambassador to neighboring Ethiopia, frustrated by the stand of Ethiopian officials whom it said were refusing Khartoum's offer to mediate in the ongoing conflict in Tigray. Ethiopia will improve its position of its considered what Sudan could do instead of completely rejecting all of its efforts. A statement from the Foreign Ministry read on Sunday. So Sudan's Prime Minister Hamdallah Hamdok spoke with U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken on Wednesday about the conflict in the northern Ethiopian region of Tigray. So Hamdok's offer came within the framework of his presidency of the IGAD, a grouping that includes Kenya, Ethiopia, Uganda, Djibouti, Sudan, Uganda, and Somalia, the statement said. So Khartoum's move was a later sign of deteriorating ties between the two neighbors. The tension began after Sudan deployed troops to its border with Ethiopia last year. The decades-long border dispute, between Sudan and Ethiopia centers on the large swaths of agricultural land Sudan says are within its borders in all the Al-Fashaga area, according to an agreement that demarcated the borders between two nations in the early 1990s. So the two nations have held rounds of talks, most recently in Khartoum in December, to settle the dispute, but have not made any progress. So the dispute has escalated in recent months after Sudan deployed troops to Al-Fashaga. Sudan said it's reclaimed most of its territory and called on Ethiopia to withdraw troops from at least 2 points it says are in Sudan. Ethiopian officials are, however, accused Sudan of taking advantage of the Tigray conflict region to enter Ethiopia territory, but it has also called for Sudanese troops to return to their positions before the Tigray fighting erupted in November 2020. So the border tensions came at a time when Ethiopia, Sudan, and Egypt are also trying to resolve the three-way dispute over Ethiopian grants Renaissance Dam. So the border tensions came at a time when Ethiopia, Sudan, and Egypt are also trying to resolve a three-way dispute over Ethiopia's Grand Renaissance Dam. Belinda Soyom, a spokeswoman for Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, said on Thursday that ties with Sudan have been a little bit tricky and accused Khartoum of occupying Ethiopian territory, a reference to Afar. So she said Sudan was not a credible party to facilitate negotiations between Abiy's government and the Tigray leaders. The conflict erupted in Tigray in November after a falling out between Abiy Ahmed and the Tigray governing party that has dominated Ethiopia's government for nearly 30 years. The growing war has threatened to destabilize the entire Horn of Africa. There was no immediate comment from Ethiopia on Sunday, but in February, Sudan ordered Ambassador Gamal al-Sheikh home from Ethiopia after it accused Ethiopian troops of crossing into Sudan and warned of grave repercussions on the region's security and stability. Al-Sheikh returned to Addis Ababa weeks later. The Tigray war it has killed thousands of people and pushed the area to a brink of famine. More than 60,000 people have also fled Tigray and taken refuge in Sudan. This is where I end today's editorials. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sandra Asante. Do have an amazing day.